Oh, you already started.
You changed my thing.
Oh, brand. It's down at the bottom.
You just said brand.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439. Yep. 205-964-52439. You know.
Good evening. Welcome to show number 196. Wow, we're almost at 200. For this week's Flippinar, where we talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate, which is a door that opens into the world of real estate investing, no matter what your credit or cash situation is today. So obviously you need to know what to do. So if you're here, you're looking for information on how to get started. So that's what we're here to try to help you do, is to understand how to make all of this work. So with no further ado, we'll get over to AP.
All right, good evening, guys. Thank you for joining us this Thursday for show 196. We're approaching that 200 mark really fast, but still deciding on what's something special we can do for that date. But as Ty said, the full house is here. Renikia, myself, and Ty. Renikia, how are you doing today?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. It is September, ma'am. It is September.
Yeah.
My God, dog.
I can't believe we almost 2 years into this pandemic.
Yeah. It's almost like full circle too, because it's coming back around heavy. Yeah, real heavy. Okay, guys. Like Ty said, this is the place where you ask your questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit. You're in a good spot if you're interested in learning how to build generational wealth through investing in real estate. Good spot. You're in the place to ask your questions. You ask the questions, I'll read the questions, they'll answer the questions. And hey, guys, if you want to join us live and ask your questions yourself, text the word Gator to the number on the wall behind you, and you'll receive a link and you can join us live. So let's jump right into this thing, Rennie. Okay, so Dwayne Johnson. I wonder, is that The Rock? Probably not, but still.
What up, Rock? Can you smell?
What's he cooking?
How do I start from nothing, sir? And do I need money saved? If so, how much? Like, what do I have to do? So that's a very, square one question.
And yeah, I think Ty has a really great answer to this question. So I'm
to start from square one. Well, we have to assume you don't know anything. That's what it's.
Yeah. We're gonna
well, you've started, right?
Right.
By just being here, willing to absorb whatever information you can absorb, take notes or whatever, or you can watch this replay. But now I'm not the only game in town by no means, but I have a platform where you can learn it all for free. You don't ever have to pay me anything or anyone else. As far as wholesaling real estate, I give it all away for free. I said I don't sell stuff, but you have the option to get it all free without ever spending a dime paying me or whoever. So if you really want it bad enough, set yourself a 1 to 2 month goal, use this channel to become an expert on it, and you will thank me later. Thank us later.
Yeah, there you go. There you have it. Guys, I see you joining us. I want to give a shout out to Stephanie, Bettina, Deontay, Ellen, Deontay G, Daniel, Nicole, Miss Kim. Thank you for joining us. Eric, I see you. That's our movie quote guru, Mr. P, and Pistol P. Thank you for joining us. Swinging over to Instagram, Eve Saint, I see you, and a lot of other guys. Yes, absolutely. So let's see here. T-Soul21 on TikTok says, do you still do JV? And if so, do you do them on commercial real estate? I have a property in Jacksonville.
Okay. Yeah, we do. If you want to, on the residential side, just text the 5050 to the number that's on the screen that you all on TikTok and Instagram can't see, but here it is. Just text. What is this? 5050 to this number, and that video will explain. Now, as far as the commercial thing, need more information than just that or whatever. Need to know what type of commercial property. Why do you think this is an opportunity? And we'll go from there.
All right, there you have it. Joseph, I see you, Stephen, Houston, and let's see who, Liddy J. Da Silva and James. So let's see here. What do you say? Nicole Bryant is simple. She just says, I have a question. What do we say to potential buyers?
Cash buyers?
Yes, cash buyers.
That's kind of broad. What do you say to cash buyers? Are you looking to buy and sell real estate or property? So I think the number one thing when you are looking for cash buyers is, I always did a lot of reverse wholesaling. So basically I found my money first and then I went to find the house. And I just thought that was a lot easier, whatever the case may be, because finding houses was easier to me than the money. So the cash buyers or end buyers, they're just looking for great deals. So, when you meet them, you let them know that, hey, I'm a real estate investor. I have a pipeline of real estate properties in my database. Are you looking to buy and sell any real estate? And then they'll begin to tell you exactly what they're looking for. You write down their criteria. You go out there and look for, or see if it's already in your database. Go out there and look for those type of properties that fix their criteria, and you solicit the sale to them. Is one of the ways of engaging with the end buyer or potential buyer or cash buyer.
She actually ended up correcting herself and says, what do you say to the seller?
Oh my God, you never go through all that. Okay.
I didn't want to stop
stuff.
her. It was good stuff. We still needed to know that too. So what do I say to the seller then?
Okay.
I think Ty has a good seller script.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, you caught him off guard.
No, you didn't.
Bam, there it is.
No, you didn't. No, you did not.
Too.
Take the word script to the number, right? And that video will explain, it'll tell you what to say to the seller. So I'm not just going to go through the video and do more justice than what we can do right here. So it takes the word script to the number. All right. One thing, at some point during this particular show, I'm gonna show. I got a demonstration video or more of a visual video of some type of, commercial property that I'm currently looking for, and the video is gonna give you a good visual of it. So we'll run that at some point later on. So stick around if you're interested in that or whatever. So we'll run it at some point during the.
And that's how detailed a cash buyer is. Most cash buyers are, they may want to create a video like what Ty did, but they pretty much lay out the description of what they're looking for. And then you go out there and match houses with them. So
Exactly.
All right. So Deontay wants to know, what is a good system that will send leads?
Send leads?
Send leads.
Yeah,
or what system do you use for leads?
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Here, wait for it.
If you're trying to track your leads, Hey, these some softball questions tonight. Normally we deep into the show before I start pulling cue cards, but here we go. Text CRM to the number, and that's going to help you manage all your leads. Whether you got bandit sign leads, driving for dollars, text to this number, CRM. Driving for dollars. What else we got? Cold calling, text messaging, other wholesalers. You can build your cash buyers list. You can manage your cash buyers list within the system. It allows you to text message and ring this voicemail, make phone calls, and it records the conversations, which is ideal for you. So you could go back and listen to it if you actually spoke to the seller or buyer, or if you have a partner or VA that's working for you, you want to see if there could be some where I'm looking for. Number one, to see if they're doing what they're supposed to do, and any corrections need to be made, or just simply just listening to it to see the tone of the conversation. Sometimes the tone of the conversation with the seller can go a long way with maybe a good follow-up to them, because you may have missed something before that may determine what their real motivation is and allow you to maybe possibly just negotiate a deal that works for all parties involved. So text CRM to this number, 205-964-5243.
You're assuming they know what CRM is. Zia says, what is a CRM?
Don't worry about it. Just text the word there. Oh. No, I'm just tripping. It's a customer relationship management system.
Customer relationship management system. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
CRM.
Okay, so Portia Franklin wants to know, is the text method effective for getting motivated sellers? I can text all day at work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's probably one of the most effective in today's time.
What?
Hey, wait, you all are clowning.
Wait for it.
Hey, not a cue card. Got all the answers here. That's what I'm telling you. What my man name was that asked the question from the beginning?
That was Deontay.
Deontay, text the word text to the number. I need to just keep this up there. And to this number, and this video will show you how to put a text message campaign together the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
All right. Hey guys, just gonna mention it again. Don't forget to text Gator, GATOR, to 205-964-5243 to join us live.
And she's saying Gator, which is short for alligator. We're just full of props.
Yeah, you know what?
I feel like what the man name that used to do like this?
I don't know.
Mr. Rogers. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, be my neighbor. Yeah. Okay.
I never watched it before, but it was funny on. It was funny on Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy years ago.
You know what? Okay. Okay. So Layla, the CEO, wants to know, is it typical for a title company to ask for my articles of organization?
Corporation.
Absolutely.
Yes. If you're buying in an LLC, but go ahead, Renika. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Absolutely. They have to know your articles of organization lets them know who has ownership of the entity. So, so that is spelled out in your operating agreement or your articles to let them know who should be signing on behalf of the entity.
And I think I answered that earlier on a comment, but.
Boom. All right. So Jared _Lee2 wants to know, is PropStream, aka Dealulator, the way to go, or driving for dollars in your area? So you can do both. Driving for dollars is free. So, here we go.
Hey, I'm telling y'all hot now. Hey, so this video here shows you, if you text the word vacant to the number, right? That video shows you how you use the app to drive for dollars and determine who the owner is of that vacant property, which is just as important, if not more important. And right there sitting in front of the house, you can press a button and skip trace the number for only 10 cents. Right there in the app. So guess what you could do once you get that number? You can do two things. You can call them or you can text them. Hi, my name is Ty. I'm sitting right in front of your house at 123 Main Street. I see it appears to be vacant. Click. Would you be interested in selling this property? You know, something to that. You might come up with something better. I'm just
well, that was good.
I'm just telling you, hey, it works. It works.
Okay, so just
What? What's the next question? You picking these questions out?
Well, see, the thing I was just about to
Why are you
say,
doing
because
this to
people
me?
are like, why are you skipping my question? I'm not skipping your question, guys. I do
Why
jump
is she
around
doing this to me?
because I'm trying to make sure it goes in flow in order. And then sometimes the questions are repetitive. You might have missed the answer that we've already answered to your question. You're just gonna have to come back and rewatch it later. She skipped my question. Why did she not
Sound a
answer
little
my
nice
question?
nasty to me.
Nice.
You would be surprised.
I see you. I get to you, and I can't.
I get to you when I get to you. I see you when I see you. No, it's like she's
No.
She reading questions from here. Where's she getting questions from? Right here, right there.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Okay. Big Boy wants to know. The third time. What are the marketing? What forms of marketing are you using at this time, and what's the ratio of leads coming from it? So,
now we don't do a good job at tracking the ratio. We're trying to work on that, right? Okay. But I was thinking about it the other day, the other night when I said, because I was looking at my phone, and some people asked me, "How do you sleep?" Because I don't turn my phones off, but I don't turn them off because of business. I turn them off because of family. Or whatever. I can ignore the business, the family. Oh, I can ignore them too, but you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
After a certain time, we would like to think that business is over. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I was just saying, I said, man, I was saying, I just have a lot of activity going. I said, to answer his question, I can just tell you, text messaging, Facebook ads, banner signs, Google AdWords. We just doing a direct mail campaign. I think it goes out today. Driving for dollars. Got a guy there doing that does the banner signs. So that's a lot of activity. Some of it's cheaper than others, but that's the activity. So, but get a lot of leads. It takes a lot to get a deal.
Right.
Going. You know what I'm saying? So that don't even include the deal lady stuff with people sending stuff from all over the country. But one young lady just handles basically that or whatever. So,
Okay. Nikki Nicole, no, your question hasn't been skipped or answered. Was the deal machine question answered? The fee keeps stalling. Okay, so how do you feel about deal machine? That's like asking McDonald's how they feel about Burger King. Yeah, so here we go. I see I already started out for you. Let's keep going.
And I'm so shady. I'm Burger King.
And he's Burger King.
No. McDonald's.
And deal machine is Burger King. And McDonald's is Deal You Later, aka Prop Stream. Yeah. So there's your answer. How do we feel about it?
I can't give you an objective opinion, mainly because I've never used deal machine before. But other than I actually make money from the other, right? So I'm not gonna, I've never even used it before, so I can't even tell you. But I would be transparent, you know what I'm saying? Because Batch Leads and Prop Stream are technically competitors. I use them for different things. And I know, some people can't afford both, but I use them for both. They're both of them are very important to the operation. Just whatever little operation I got going on, both of them are very important, right? So, yeah, what it is, man.
And I think that's the key is understanding that, sometimes you want to kind of dabble in a little bit of everything and figure out what works for you and what works for your market. Everything doesn't work for you. Everything doesn't work for your market. So, maybe deal machine is good, tap into it. Maybe it has a few days free, join it for free, drive it for a little bit, see what's going on with it and see how you can utilize it. Because I think, like Ty said, that everything kind of, you're able to use different applications that specialize in different things. And deal machine could be could have something in deal machine that just works for you, and it gravitates, and you gravitate towards that. So I would recommend people to jump in. Don't be afraid of trial and error. I think that's part of being successful is trial and error. So.
Oh yeah, and you guys that are starting now, well, I don't know if I want to use the word easier, but that's the only way I can explain it. You really have it easier than when I started, maybe when Renika started. A lot of these tools didn't exist, especially when you're out in the field. Especially when you're out in the field, you can have all of that information in your hand in that small device they call a smartphone. It is so powerful in so many ways, quote unquote. Also, this other invention they came up with called the internet. Heard of it? And so you all have those resources at your fingertips that we didn't have when we started or whatever. So no excuses.
Right. Literally, skip tracing wasn't a thing when we started. Everybody was yellow lettering and postcarding. Everything was so manual. So it's like, it's so much easier to wholesale and flip properties now.
Okay, thank you for that question, Nikki Nicole. She said, yeah, I was being nice, nasty. Yep, she said so. All right. So next thing, we do have two CA Asia Reed. I see your profile picture there. As soon as I see your face, I'll bring you on live. But we do have Mr. George, who is joining us. How you doing today, George?
Oh, fantabulous. How you doing?
Oh, that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah. Hey, energy.
That's how you come on the live stream.
Yeah.
Where you calling from, George?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle,
Oh,
Washington.
wow.
Right.
That's the first time for us, isn't it?
I don't think I've had that.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Is it raining there?
Huh?
Is it raining there?
Oh, no, it's not raining today. But
I'm just tripping.
the end of September until March, that's all it's going to be.
Oh, okay. I'll just try to be funny.
Yeah.
What's happening, man? What
it
you
is
got?
flooding all over here.
Well, I got to tell you, I was out today school shopping for the kids and went to a few outlets and then Burlington. And lo and behold, right near the highway, just what you asked for, 4.41 acres, commercial property, for sale by owner. On the side.
Talk that talk, King.
Yeah, hey, we gonna make this happen. I'm gonna give him a call and
okay, you got the information. Did you identify the address when you were there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So you know what to do. Just hit me up.
Copy that.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just hit me up, man, and remind me of this. Well, I remember the Seattle thing. Okay, cool.
Okay, and yeah, I can't wait to get on the program with you. I left a message. I said I am serious as COVID-19, that I'm ready to make this happen. Nobody's job is safe in this economy.
No.
I mean, I was lucky and blessed, I would say, to be able to keep my job during the pandemic, but that might not always be. We don't know what is going to take place in the future, especially for those who don't want to get that shot, or whatever. But you got to do something. You better do something to keep.
Hey, if nothing, if COVID didn't, and it should. I don't know about anybody else. If it didn't prove anything else, or the rainy days are real, right? Yeah. And that's why saving money is so valuable, right? I know we want to do this or that, but you got to be saving a certain amount of your income, period. I don't care what level you're at or whatever. So that means if you're making got to make sacrifice, you got to, because a lot of who could have ever thought what we've seen over the last, a year and a half? Right. Yeah, we've seen in this country, really all over the world, but definitely in this country, or whatever with the way the things are now. Some people have prospered greatly during this time.
Yeah.
Real estate has, wow, it went
Boom.
it
A
went
2% interest rate.
it went crazy. It
went crazy.
or whatever. So, but everybody ain't in real estate. But you're here, so you're trying to get into it. So, but other industries have been hit hard. I pull up to the car wash today again, and they're only gonna do the outside. No, I need the inside done. They don't have enough workers now. I'm not sure what that is. A lot of businesses don't have enough employees, so the opportunities are there. And I guess the unemployment thing is inflecting that people still getting paid on that, which that's going to end when this weekend or soon. So, but anyway,
eviction already ended, so it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a whole nother ball game there. So, but yeah, man, just let's hook up. I'm interested in seeing what that property looks like.
Copy that. Will do, sir.
All right, man. Go ahead and run that video now since we're talking about it.
All right. Well, thank you, George. We'll see you on the next go. Make sure you watch the video that's coming up, okay?
Will do.
All right.
Yeah, remove that banner.
Oh, let's see here. Let's get rid of some things. And for you guys on TikTok, Instagram, I know you probably won't see it, but boom.
Truck stops like the national brands, such as the Flying J, which is what we're about to pull up here on, TA, Petro, what is Pilot, Loves. I think I may be missing one, but those are going to be the national brands that you're normally going to see all over the country. Now, ideally, we would like to be near, decent sized cities. It has to be, outside of maybe 5 or 10 miles outside of the city or whatever, which is fine. It's normal how truck stops work, but this is an opportunity for you to partner with me on a commercial property. And what I'm looking for is vacant land near those truck stops. When I say near, like within, you basically can see the land, or very close, within a quarter of a mile, as you'll see this property that I'm going to show you. And so it's really simple. We need 4 to 10 acres, so it could be vacant land, or it can actually be like a previous business there or whatever that may be closed down, but it comes with a great deal of land with it. The lot needs to be, at least 4 acres. It can be a lot more, but it needs to be at least 4 acres. Now, I'm about to pull up to this property that I found looking through Google Maps, and I passed by it twice before I could, find it here. But so we're going to pull in here. This is 27 acres. I actually spoke to the owner because I was having trouble reaching the broker. And when I did a Google Maps searches, which is how I actually found it, I didn't even find it riding around. I found it just looking at truck stop exits with those major truck stops. And this is local to me. So if you saw it to the left there, that was a sign that's covered up by brush now. But when I saw it on Google Maps, it hadn't grown up yet. So this is an opportunity. So hopefully we'll be able to work a deal here and I can accomplish what I'm looking for. But this is an opportunity for you to work with me to possibly get paid on a deal like this. So what we're looking for is all freeway exits of large truck stops, looking for vacant land, 4 acres and up, or it can be an old business closed down, might be on another truck stop or a gas station or something like that, warehouse or whatever, but it's closed and it's for sale. It can be for sale with the broker. I normally don't like to do those, but it'll work in this situation.
All right.
Wow.
You see what I said down the text? The text was wrong.
That's good.
Anyway.
What was wrong?
The text was wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
didn't see it.
Well,
I was listening.
Anyway, okay, so y'all got it. So hey, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, you can go to YouTube and watch the replay. We're about 26 minutes in on this particular show. You can see what I was just showing them because y'all couldn't see it on those platforms. Who's next?
All right. So we're going to go to Instagram, and this is Jason Johnson. Says, I got a guy who's interested in my deal, but he wants to pay cash for it and not go through a title company. He said he'll send the check to the title company. I think he's full of it.
Wait a minute. That
Wait a
don't make
minute.
sense.
So
Send
he
the
says
check
he
to the
wants to
title
pay
company, but
cash,
don't
but
want to
he'll
go
send the
through.
check to the. I'm
That don't even
Jason,
make
clear that
sense.
up.
Yeah, you got to clear that up, Jason. It sounds like initially he only wanted to actually pay cash, $100 bills or dollar, whatever,
Right.
actual currency.
You want to bring you a
paper.
briefcase of
And
money.
then he said he'll send a check to the title company. You got to clear that up, Jay. That that sort of contradicted.
And then at the end of the day, a successful transaction goes through a title company or closing attorney.
Yeah.
So anything outside of that, I wouldn't even entertain it. It's like, why wouldn't you want to go through a title company? Why wouldn't you want title insurance? Why wouldn't you want a warranty deed? Why wouldn't you want that?
Yeah, that like I said, that my question is like, why not? What
Why
am I
not?
missing
Right.
here? Yeah, so educate me on this business. I thought that was the only way to do it right.
Exactly. Like,
Especially when you're spending your money.
why would you want to, you could have liens and all types of stuff on the property,
Okay.
That's weird.
Okay, down_OTL wants to know, if you're looking up a house and you don't get any info back on it, what else do you do to get the owner's info?
Well, that means you don't have a good address for it. Sometimes the address that the county, state, or whatever has for it doesn't match the mailing address. Sometimes. It's not often, but sometimes that's the way. So the simple thing you can do, especially if you have one of the apps, and like Digulator, PropStream, or whatever, you sit right in front of the house and you can do the geolocate option there and hit the little arrow at the bottom. It'll make sense when you're looking at it. And it'll tell you right where you are. And then you can start selecting the house and it'll figure out that address for you, exactly what it is. The other thing you can do is just use Siri if you have a Apple phone, iPhone, and or if you have a Android, you just use Google and just say, Google, what's my location? But you need to be sitting right in front of the property or whatever. So, and then again, I'm just talking about all the softwares you can use. Or if you don't have any, well, I guess you got to have a smartphone. You're watching this. And so you got the address on the left, you got the address on the right. You should be able to figure out what's in the middle, assuming the one that you're targeting. So what do you think?
I agree. I mean, you utilize those apps. I mean, they'll help you locate the address themselves, or figure out what the neighbor address is. Go to once you get home, go to the county record, which is the long way around it, because the apps can provide all of that right there. But if you didn't have the apps, you can go to the county records and you get the address of what you do see. So you can just look at the map of the county and be able to determine which parcel is that parcel if you know the address is around it. So.
All right, so thank you for answering that, you guys. User 957-332-3679 wants to know, should I comp the houses around my target property before making first contact with the seller?
If you're doing just a few, I guess, yeah, but if you're doing a mass, it's hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you're not even gonna be able to get them on the phone, and you just spend all that energy comping and researching or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, make sure it's for sale.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of research on something that ain't even for sale. So.
That ain't even for sale. Yeah.
And then you let them know on the phone that, hey, I'm just looking to get more information. And then I'm gonna take that information. I go do my due diligence after you speak with them. And I think that's probably better, So you're just not, throwing yourself out there and hoping something sticks.
Yeah, and a lot of times, and not saying that this is you, whoever posed that question, if they do that, they feel like they're doing something, which you are, but they may never call the seller. Call the seller, say it's for sale first. And then if they don't give you a price, they want you to make an offer, then you go back, do your due diligence, and make the offer or whatever. You can. Now, if you're just practicing, trying to get familiar with how to compare, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, just reach out to them to see if it's actually for sale assuming it's not a for sale sign in the yard or whatever. But
I will recommend knowing your numbers, prior to putting an agreement out there, or throwing numbers out. I mean, prior to you finalizing your contract, I would recommend for you to really know your numbers, so even know that you position yourself good in the deal. If you don't know what the property can sell for, then how can you put it on a contract? So knowing your numbers helps you to be able to maximize your wholesale fee and just maximize the profit of the deal. So.
All right, so that question was in regards to comping the properties around your target house. Stephanie's question is, in order to get the ARV, in order to get the first ARV, I need to do the comps first, right? So the ARV comes from doing the comps,
Right.
and ARV being the after repair value.
Right.
Sí, señor.
You got the comps help you get to your after repair value.
And if you want to learn how to do that,
Here we go.
text ARV to this number.
There you go. Boom.
That's right. Gotcha.
All right. So let's see here. Hey Jenny, Marlon, Zia, Da Silva. I see you guys. Thank you for joining us. And a lot of you guys are saying you're just joining us for the first time.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in the right spot, a good spot.
Oh, wow. For the first timers.
First timers.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Hope we're keeping you around and keeping you informed, somewhat entertained. We make a concerted effort to do it, but I don't know if it's being accomplished, but hopefully the information is more powerful than entertainment, or more attractive than the entertainment value that you get.
All right. I agree. It is. Okay, so Portia Franklin says, I saw a for rent sign and I've been hesitant to call. I'm not sure how to approach it about buying their house. So I know earlier when we first came on this live, we mentioned like a script for the buyer, then there was a short script for the seller. So barring that you can rewind and watch the beginning of that, how do you approach the for rent signs? Are we calling the for rent signs? Are those potential leads, or yes?
Well, I'm going to say yes, especially, I'm going to sign it. If it's those generic red and white, black and white, orange, black and white, signs that the owner possibly or someone possibly brought from Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart. Y'all say those are Target. Target, whatever. Yeah. And so normally that's the owner. Property managers generally don't do those. They will, but normally they're gonna do something a little more professional. Hey, this is managed by blah 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 or whatever. Or if it's an agent doing the management for them. So that's probably the owner, handwritten. A $12.50 a month, $12.50 a month phone number, call and text. Call them. Hey, is your property at 123 Main Street still available? Whether they say yes or no really doesn't matter. You say, well, I'm not calling about, here my sign is right here. I'm not, I'm so prepared. Fail to prepare to fail.
Exactly.
Here you go. So you see these generic signs like these, right? And so you say, I'm not calling about renting the property. I'm calling about purchasing your property. Would you be interested in selling it? If they say yes, then you'll collect the information as needed so you can analyze it, right? And if they say no, then your follow-up question would be, well, do you have any other properties that you may be interested in selling? And the reason you do that is because that property that you saw may not be his problem property. You may have another or more properties that are problem properties for them, and they may be motivated to sell those because they are tired of dealing with those particular properties. So now if they say no on that too, then you say, hey, if you have changed your mind, hey, give me a call back. I'll still be interested. What do you think, Reed?
No, I totally agree. And honestly, I think given that so many landlords was forced to not evict any tenants in the last year and a half, there's a lot of landlords right now with problem properties. They behind on that mortgage. I mean, if you got 10, 15 properties and people ain't been paying, you got some problem properties. So I think today's time is probably one of the best times to not necessarily target them, but if you come past for rent signs, it won't hurt you to call them and see if they want to sell, because a lot of landlords are hurting right now. And honestly, I would rather sell before I get foreclosed on. So,
Yeah, I think it ends the end of this month. The
I
moratorium.
thought it ended last month.
No,
I
I
thought
think it's
August was the last month. I thought this month is the first month where they can
when
evict.
they can actually start the
Eviction. I really think it started last month, or it starts September the 1st.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's getting real out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's two sides of it, right? You know, we're investors, inspired investors, and so on. So you got that side of it because
I see both sides.
most people here are, you know, probably interested in cash flowing in some form or fashion from some form of real estate that they own, whether it's residential and or commercial.
Right.
Right. So, and then you got all of us are either doing one or two things, either paying a mortgage or rent, or well, some of the house be paid off, but you get what I'm saying. So people that are renting, you know, most people are not affected in reality. But even if it's 10% of the population, that's millions of people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
Some people have not paid because they simply didn't have it because their income was lost during COVID. Some people have not paid and they had it.
I heard they was eating crab legs and taking chips.
And they know the law was on their side, but now it's piled up. You don't have it now because it's piled up or whatever. So it's two sides of it. But for us, and we're here to make money, is opportunity gonna come down the pipeline for us as real estate investors / wholesalers, because the number one group of people, from my experience, that are going to be motivated sellers just during normal times are tired landlords.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be at an exponential rate of people just want out. And that's going to be from houses to apartments to even other forms of commercial real estate. They are DONE on certain properties. Not all of them, may not be all of them, but on some properties, they are DON and they want out. So that's opportunities, guys. You know what I'm saying? You know,
yeah. And to those that were in the chat saying, why would a landlord want to sell now? Hopefully that answered the question there.
It's because they're behind on their mortgage. And if you're so many months behind, you're going to eventually get foreclosed on.
Yeah. See, a lot of them, just as they've been held off on their rent, lenders have been held off on foreclosure on them.
Exactly.
So it's like a trickle down. You know, I haven't been paying you rent. I haven't been paying the mortgage company. I got loans on certain properties or whatever. So if you ain't paying me, I might have paid them initially, but I stopped paying them because, you know what I'm saying?
I got to save some of them money.
Yeah, so
that's a lot of paying you for a year and a half, you know.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's a long time
to have to hold up your own rental property.
That's a long time if you own the property free and clear.
Right.
For somebody not to be paying you a year and a half.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I didn't have a mortgage, that's a long time.
So some people want to be out because, okay, this ain't the only way to make money in real estate.
Right.
But this ain't the one for me anymore.
Right.
That won't happen to me again. You know what I'm saying?
No one was prepared for it. That's why I know a lot of landlords struggling.
Yeah.
No one was prepared.
That won't happen to me again. I'm out.
I mean, you may be prepared for 1 or 2 of your tenants going bad, but a whole pandemic and the whole world shutting down, I guarantee there's a lot of landlords like panicking right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay. Yeah, Glenn, we'll just agree to disagree on that one.
What
they said landlord had the same program available. You just said that they also had the ability not
No,
to
but
have to pay
I just heard, I don't know what I was listening to, but they say they had like, I don't know, it was a ridiculous amount of money, like 46 billion dedicated to landlords. But I don't think like 10% of it been given out.
But you know what? They didn't promote it. I didn't hear any. I didn't hear about any.
They hadn't given out the money.
Yeah.
I don't think they promoted it. That's why it's only 10% went. 10% was used because they didn't promote that landlord. Like they did the PPP and all that other stuff they were promoting.
Yeah.
They didn't promote that landlord relief fund, whatever that was.
Yeah. His viewpoint was just that now you can get renters in there paying rent, but you have to get rid of, and then the eviction process
it's still an eviction process.
Still another process.
Man, you 18 months, man.
But you got to also understand if that tenant don't come back and pay you for that last year, you got to pay the mortgage for that last year.
Yes.
That new tenant is not there to pay last year's situation.
No.
New tenant going to start this year. So if that tenant haven't paid for a year or so, even if they leave and get evicted, you still got a year worth of mortgages that you got to catch up.
Renika, what he ain't understanding either is in that year and a half, okay, normally when somebody's paying you rent, you're doing maintenance. You know, you're going to have all types of landlord on different levels doing no maintenance. Ain't no maintenance getting done. If you ain't paying
deferred maintenance. Oh my.
Oh my God! You know,
it's some fraud. It's some fraud.
Not call me.
I was looking on Instagram the other day. One guy, he did it smart. He went in there. He paid for his tenant to move. Because I'll just pay you. Like he actually put her in a extended stay for a month. He gave her money. He gave her $200-300 put in her pocket just to eat. Like he just paid for her to just leave his property.
That's one of the. Well, a lot of people don't think about it that way, but that's one of the best ways to get somebody out. They don't have to leave, right? Because the law is on your side. Just certain states it takes longer or whatever, and sometimes it takes shorter. But just paying it's just to your advantage within a reasonable amount. You pay them to leave.
They don't leave
because the damage that they caused over that 18 months.
That's cancer.
That could be a deal breaker on that property. Yeah. You know, you can like say. You know you're not doing any repairs on. They're not paying you. I don't care what.
And they live it. They live it every day for a year and a half in your property. So something definitely done went wrong. There's some maintenance issues there. It's a lot. It's a lot for these landlords. I hope they still got that relief fund because these landlords going to need to catch up their mortgages. Hey,
people are bold though. Even though they wasn't paying them, yeah, some people still call them and say, "Hey, the toilet's not working." You're gonna make me cuss. Hey,
I wish. That's when I wish this.
Something real ugly.
Talk me about this
rent that you didn't pay and call the plumber.
Yeah, call
right, exactly. The rent you ain't paid, call the plumber. But being on the real estate landlord side, I understand this landlord stuff. Like, you know, it's real tough. You know, it's a tough love. You're gonna have to do with your tenants. You know, it's tough. You have to get them on out of there so you can get your cash flow back right.
And I know a lot of people in a situation where they just couldn't pay. I get that.
Right.
All right, but I don't think it was 18 months of that. Because when I pull up, like I said, I pull up to the car wash, and the reason they're not open because they don't have enough workers. I'm not, that don't, what I'm saying? It's jobs out there. It may not be what you want to do, but that's life. It's sacrifices. You rather just sit on your keister and be broke, dead broke.
Right.
I have
because I heard there's a lot of jobs out there. People don't want them. I think it's because entrepreneur became such a big deal during the pandemic, where now people thinking that I guess that's what they thinking. Let me go get this entrepreneur money, and it ain't that easy. You can't just transition and become an entrepreneur like that. Like you may want to bridge yourself.
It still takes work.
It takes work. It takes work, time, effort, energy.
Yeah, and I'm sure some people they were put in a position where they didn't even know they could be an entrepreneur, and it's taking off for them. They might have had a hobby that they could transition into income. I'm sure there's plenty of those stories out there, and I love it or whatever. But just thinking you want to be a one because it sounds good.
Right.
Ooh, boy, not knowing when you get paid now, that ain't for everybody.
That ain't for everybody. I have to put 20 hours in a day, not knowing when that check's gonna come.
Yeah. REI next door on Instagram said he just had to pay $5,000 to get a tenant to leave.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned our first timers, but I didn't give y'all a shout out. So Igbo Simba, Instagram, I'm a first timer. Izzo the Great, TikTok, first timer. Feet Tillery, first live. Linda Sherrod, first time. Thank you all for joining us, and hopefully you will join us every Thursday, where you can post and ask questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with a little snow cash credit. Make sure you like, subscribe, hammer on that like button, make sure you join across all social media platforms, especially on Instagram, so you'll be notified when new content is uploaded, which is daily. And there you have it. But we do have Empress Ma Diggs, who's joining us.
Empress.
Boom. There you go. How you doing?
Empress.
Hello, how are you today?
Hello.
Well, where you
Super
calling from?
tight.
I'm calling from Pontiac, Michigan.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Michigan.
How
Yeah.
you doing? What's your question?
Well, I believe I have a few questions. I'll try to
Okay.
make it very brief. So I've been watching the videos like crazy since I ran across Flipman. Um, Video after video. I even took off this entire week so that I could
Oh,
try to, yeah, man, I did. Just so that I can learn it. I've been taking notes. And the one thing that you say last night in one of the videos, and I can't go to sleep. May I stay up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in my rise. At 4 o'clock, it's like flip man, flip man, flip man.
Wow. Love
Okay.
it.
So the one thing that I did is I spread across a home. No, it was on Instagram. He was standing in front of a vacant home. You, Mr. Flipman, Ty. And so I thought about this home that was I drive past and it was burnt up. So now I'm trying to find this lady. You have something on Deal You Later,
Mhm.
so you could try to find the person. So may I find her? And
Okay.
then so now I got these two properties, well actually three. So it's two residents. This one resident is and I also checked to make sure that it was off market. So I googled it. I checked on all the other places and things like that. They're off market. So I talked to the owner today about just before the show populated in my phone that it would be live. And so he has two homes together. And he said he has some brokers that's going to be coming to look at it on the 19th. Well, the 19th is like almost a week or two away. So I'm kind of stuck. So I said, well, let me, he said he won't be back in town. I said, well, how about we have a conversation on the phone? And I have some questions. I had the question, the sheet that he provide to ask the man, so my schedule to do it. Now I'm overwhelmed because now I ran across two commercial properties. I just gathered all the information and I'm still trying to figure out the comps and things like that. How can I get help with all this that I'm like, I know
Okay, so on the two residential properties, and I can just tell by the things you're saying, you really have been watching. Like you say, you
Right.
took it over a week. I can just tell by, and that's just so refreshing. You just
Right.
don't know how, because you're actually taking advantage of that free content that many people have, but a lot of people don't. You know, they watch one video and they ready to wholesale. No. But anyway, so on those two properties, okay. So did you all discuss price or anything?
no. So what I did, because I wasn't sure on how to discuss the price, I said, I'm going to, because I'll be up tonight till about 1 o'clock, so I can figure out what to say and do. And since my printer all of a sudden went bad on me, I'm gonna just write it out, so I have it in my phone and pull it up, to ask him what questions about, the square footage. I'm also gonna do my research because you also showed how you could find how much it costed per square foot the home sold for, and then look in those areas that seem similar. Don't go up more than 200 square feet and things like that. So I'm just trying to find similar properties so I even know. So I know not to say the price. So if he say a price that I don't agree with, then do I say, well, what can I say? What can I say to get him to the price he want to be at? Like where we can agree, things like that.
Well, we do know he wants
Good
to sell,
question.
number one, right? So don't overthink it. Just ask him. Paying all cash and closing quickly. What's the least amount you'll accept for them as is? Paying all cash and closing quickly. What is the least amount you will accept for both properties as is? Ideally, I like to get them in the session only two properties. Get prices for each one of them separately, because you might have to have separate buyers actually. So just get a price from it before you spend any more energy on it. He says he wants to sell them, so I'm assuming he has a price in mind. So just go ahead and get prices from him. From there, you say, well, let me do my homework. I'll call you back and see if that's something I can work with. Now that gives you an opportunity to run the comps, come up with an 8RV, use my free deal calculator to see what number you need to be at based on the size of the property, whether it's livable or not. You can come up with some general ideas for the repair costs, and boom, you know what your numbers are. And so from there, is he in line with you or is he in la-la land? Nothing prevents you, even if he's in la-la land on price, meaning he's asking close to retail or more. Offers are free or whatever. So you never know. He may throw out a price much higher than what he may be willing to accept. So, but the first thing is, I said all that to say, you just got to get a price. Get prices from him. He wants to sell, get prices from him.
Okay.
I'll just text me. What number? Just text me. Remind me of this conversation. You're in Pontiac. I can remember that because of the car, and just let me know, and I'll be glad to give you my opinion on where you need to be on it. Now, the commercial properties. You want to say something that Renee before I go to the commercial properties?
No, I mean, yeah, no, you hit it on head.
Okay. All right. So on the commercial properties, what type of commercial properties are there? What are they?
One of them looked like it was a furniture store, like used furniture. Yeah, that's what it was. Some of the furniture in there, when I peek in, it's the furniture is still in there. I don't know what happened, but it shut down. And it's in a really good area too, because if I was to say what kind of area it would be, I would say C. Well, B and C on the side that is on, but on the other side, I would say B. Okay. Based on the type that you was talking about that in a video last night.
You are really reciting that information.
So what you do is text me those addresses and I'll look at them and I'll tell you what I think about them, and we'll go from there. But
okay.
And someone like yourself, even though you're not a student or whatever, I would love to work with you because you have the energy. You're taking the time out to take advantage of all of that free content. Yeah, I'll spend some time, that I normally when someone just, call me and ask a question. I know they hadn't watched the videos.
Right.
Just from the things you said in this conversation, you've been putting the time in, which means you're doing the first part first, which is simply educating yourself. And guess what? When you educate yourself, you'll know what to do.
That's right. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you so much. One more. This is the last one. The house just burnt down. We can't find the woman's phone number. I'm gonna look for her on Facebook.
Okay. Does she is the mailing address and the address of the house the same or different?
It's the same, and the home is in foreclosure.
Okay.
It said
foreclosure. How bad is it burnt?
It looked pretty bad. Bad. On Zillow, it looked bad, but them boarded up, when you can't see. It's bad. I don't know if it's worth it.
I'll try to help you with that also. Just text me that address also. What was your name again?
Massima Diggs.
Massima?
Uh-huh.
I hear an accent. Where are you from?
Right. Is that Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Yes, I thought it was. I'm like, she gotta be Jamaican. She gotta be Jamaican. Oh, I love Jamaica.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Miss Seema, and we'll be looking to talk to you later. Keep watching those videos. Don't stay up too late tonight. Get you some rest. And then we'll talk to you soon.
But honestly, you keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be a beast at.
No, keep watching. You can sleep when you die. Keep watching.
Exactly. You're gonna be a beast at it. You retaining the information. You're willing to put the work in. It's just a matter of time for you to close your first deal.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
I know it. Right. I feel it in my bones.
Right. You got it.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
And then take it back to Jamaica too. Because Jamaica got some prime real estate out there. Take it back to Jamaica and start moving that Jamaica land and properties out there.
The island.
Yeah, man. Which one is that?
Yeah, man.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
All right. I see a few other first timers here. Sharon B.
Oh.
It's Hassan.29, Missy Anderson, and I'm So Beloved. Thank you guys for joining us. It is their absolute first time. So y'all treat them nice in the comment section and y'all ask questions. Okay, Rennie. So this one is for you. Yep, it's gonna be one of those. So let me see here. First of all. Oh, guys, if you want to know where to start with the videos to get you started with wholesaling is on your screen there. Text the word free, FREE, to 205-964-5243. And that information would be available to you. There's the number. He has it right there. Let's see here. What I was looking. You don't know how to do what? Okay. So, Rennie, the question is from our Orlando Mascata. And his question was, is there any company, is there, that are good for gap funding? And are there any that are equity-based?
Equity-based gap funding.
Mm-hmm. And are there any-
so you're probably looking for someone to put money into your deal. So there's no equity loan. Equity is raised via investors. That's equity. Debt is given to you by banks or lenders. That's more debt. Equity partners are going to be more like investors, people who kind of invest into your project and receive equity of your project. So it's really two different things. And that's going to be more of your network, just reaching out to the people around you, being able to raise the equity that you're looking for. A lot of times equity is richer than debt. A lot of equity partners, they want, 5, 10, 15, 20%, 30% of your business. So equity will always be richer than debt or cost more than debt. Gap funding, absolutely. There's a lot of gap funding companies out there. However, I provide gap funding as well. And if you are interested in any type of financing for your real estate projects, such as fix and flip, buying whole, new construction, commercial development, as well as down payment assistance, just go to findmynextdeal.com. As you all know, all of my real estate loans do not require tax returns, bank statements, tax returns, income verification, nor pay stubs. We're strictly asset-based lender, and we lend based on the property and the valuation. Gap funding is, there's two types of gap funding. There is one that is more credit card based. However, that 680 score at one point in time that got you up to 250,000 of gap lines. Right now is more 720, 730 credit scores. So they're looking for higher credit scores now to lend on those credit cards or high credit card limits. And then you got cash flow, business type cash flow gap funding. Basically, I'll take the cash flow from your business and provide you a loan that equals to your gross income type of scenario. So there's a lot of different creative strategies to fund the gap. And then, of course, there are us as lenders who also provide 90% of the purchase price of your real estate, give you 100% of your rehab. We have a 30-year note, just like the bank as well, that goes completely in your business name. Nothing goes into your personal name. Nothing lowers your debt to income and things of that nature. But if you're interested in that, just go to findmynextdeal.com.
Boom, there you have it, guys. It's on the screen there as well. Findmynextdeal.com. And Ms. Renikia is available across all social media platforms. Just allow 48 to 72 hours for someone to reach back out to you once you contact the company. But there you have it, guys. If you want to take your real estate game to the next level, as she said, new constructions, buying wholes. If I would always suggest first educate yourself on wholesaling before you bounce over to the next thing, because you use the money from wholesaling to help fund your next investment opportunities. So let's see. I'll put that back up there. Okay, so Dr. Miriam says, I've been studying your program for a long time and I'm ready to put in some work. I live in California. Well, you're in a good place to start, Miriam. Really good place. So Mr. P wants to know, Ty, is the batch driver system included with Dealulator or is it a separate service?
Separate service.
Separate service. Okay. Okay. And we don't talk about it enough, guys. We used to talk about it all the time. Go to dealulator.com. Go into dealulator.com. That's calculator, but with deal instead. You have access to that one-page contract. You can also text contract to the number on the whiteboard there. But if you go to dealulator.com, you have a plug and chug version, which I really, really like. You can just put in the numbers that you need, email it off, and or print it off if you just have to. You also have what we call the Dealulator calculator that allows you to input your numbers to see if, in fact, you do have a deal. It's really easy to use. And then it also directs you to dealulator.com, which is AKA PropStream. There's a free trial period that you can take advantage of. You can also access this by texting the word DC, as in DC Comics, but we're talking about Dealulator calculator. What's the number on your screen? Oh my gosh, that was a whole lot. A whole lot. Okay. So, Renikia, let's answer this for Toaster Johnson. Once I build my free and clear motivated sellers list, should I go throughout the list and find out which houses have equity or not before I skip trace? Is there a video on this as well, Ty?
There's so many ways to build a list. Trying to research everyone, that could be so tedious. Just put it out there because you never know what the situation is. And it may not even be the property that they live in. It may be another property, ideally. So researching, you can filter a certain amount of equity depending on what you're using. But I know through Dealulator PropStream, you can filter, a certain percentage of equity that you want to target up. What's projected equity in a property. You can do that or whatever. You have to go back to daily. And so you can do that if you want, but trying to just actually figure it out yourself one by one, no, you can better use of your time, in my opinion.
Okay. So let's see here. Next question we have is going to be, yes, Hassan, you could have most definitely, I said that past tense, but yeah, you would text Gator and you have the opportunity to join live throughout the week as well. Ty does other live streams that you're available to jump on as well during the week. Is that correct?
Only one other.
That's one other?
Yeah, on Sundays.
Okay, so we're going to end with this. Sean Smith says, it's good hearing you, Mr. Ty. I had a few deals, but didn't go through. I got discouraged. I have to stay focused. And then another individual says, I've been at this for 8 months, still no leads, no deal. That's on TikTok. So what encouraging words will we have for that?
Now, he said no leads, no deals. That's your problem right there. You have no leads, right?
Oh, well, dang. I didn't even hear that.
I
didn't even
Well, you read it.
Yeah.
But
That's it right there.
I'm only going by what you read. Is that what the man said or not?
No. That wasn't what.
I know he said something different. I'm talking about this one.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's going to answer both of them. The business, there's no magic wand here, right? This business boils down to how many sellers are you talking to per day? Well, let's start here. How many people that own real estate? Then it goes to the next layer. How many people that are actually interested in selling, right? And then from there, it goes to the next layer. How many are interested in selling at a price that works for you? Now you got something. So in order to get there, you got to be talking to a lot of people that own real estate to get to the people that actually want to sell, to get to the people that are going to want to be motivated to sell cheap enough where you can make money. So all you have to do is ask yourself, right? What are you doing to generate daily leads? You say, well.
Say self. Look at your neighbor. What are you doing to generate?
Okay, there you go. Hey, see, say it again, Abe. Say it again.
No, that's it. As I said, the Baptist church say self. Self.
I ain't heard that. Maybe I ain't been to church in a long time. But what are you doing to generate daily lead? That's all you got to ask self is that what are you doing to generate daily lead? And you know that's nothing. That's your problem. That's the issue. Now, if you're getting leads, you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
Even if you're the worst negotiator in the world, you're going to, we ain't into stumble into deals now. We want to be more consistent, but you'll eventually stumble into some money. And from there, you can throw them. You may have to, some people have to have more leads than others. I'm one of those people. In order, I've tried to put individuals to help me with it, but I need a lot of leads to get deals. Some people don't need as many leads, and you may be one of those individuals, but you're still gonna need some. When I say some, at least 3 people, you're making 3 offers a day. Let's just say that. Let me rephrase it. At least make 3 offers a day. You're talking to a seller, someone that owns a piece of real estate. So that's 3 times 30 days in a month normally, 31, 28. Something. Anyway, 30 days in a month. So you need to at least be making 90 offers a month to do deals. That's just got to be a bare minimum. Not people that own real estate. You all are talking price. Well, what do you think about that, Renita?
No, I couldn't have said it better. I mean, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And I think, one of the mistakes that we make when we first get into the business, we'll work hard and we'll get a lead. And then, something goes wrong and it's like, then you get drained. You're going to get drained. Something my mother always told me, never put all your apples in one basket. That type of stuff drain you because you can put so much energy in this one deal that you got this month. And it, and it didn't have, it didn't close or whatever like you wanted to, and then you get drained like that. So the key to me, exactly what Ty just stated, is a numbers game. Play the numbers game. Play the lead generation game, because the more people you talk to, someone got to sell. Someone has a deal. I love I'm a numbers person. I'm a goal-driven numbers person. I'm not looking to close, 10 loans a month. I'm looking to do, if I get in front of, 10,000 investors a month, I'm going to guarantee to close my 100 loans a month. So if you think about it like that, play the power of the numbers. Lead generation is the key to closing a deal. So if you're not generating, like Ty said, I love the whole idea of making 3 offers a day. I love that idea because you almost guaranteeing something to close that month because you're making these offers. Do your 3 offers a day. Let me get in front of a make. I was talking to a commercial realtor about a month ago, and she got hired to a commercial realtor firm, and they made her. She was like, yeah. When she said that, I looked at her crazy, but it made sense. She said that they made her come in every day, and her job is to make 200 calls a day.
Oh, wow. 200
calls a day. So when you're making 200 calls a day, somebody got something that you need. Somebody got something you need. So
that don't even include the follow-up that's going to be because all
exactly
those
the follow-up from that.
Yeah.
So it's like, create a number-driven, goal-oriented strategy in your business to guarantee that something's going to close because you're paying the power of numbers. Or nothing's guaranteed, but you get closer to it the more people you talk to.
Yeah. So if we say out of 100 no's, you get 1 yes. Out of 200 no's, 200 calls, you ought to at least get 2 yeses. And those 2 yeses can be life-altering deals.
Yes, for real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Craig Thomas, why can't you explain it? Well, I want to know, why can't you explain it? But guys, this is a good question as to a good answer, a good lead into why you don't tell sellers that you're wholesalers. You instead say you're investors, because even you have friends that you have to try to explain this to. And I preface that because Craig says, hi guys, I have a friend that came on late and who would like to start wholesaling houses, but is skeptical. Could you guys, in a nutshell, explain to her the process? Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Craig, why can't you explain it? Like,
Craig, that sounds like
you don't understand the process. How are you going to get their buy-in into it if you're trying to bring them on? So you're in the right place, directing them to what the knowledge
he did the right thing.
Hey, Craig, that sounds like that asking for a friend. Like, I'm asking for a friend, but sometimes we're asking for ourselves.
No, I think he's telling the truth. I think
okay, so I think last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, it was something: find a house, put it under contract, find a buyer.
Whoa.
No, what was it?
Wait a minute.
It was 5 steps. It was so simple.
Okay. find a great deal. Find the house,
Find a house.
contact the owner.
You're
It.
complicating the 5 steps that we had.
No, I think I'm gonna still be in 5.
Okay.
Right, you got it.
Okay. Negotiate a great deal enough to put it on the contract.
Is that 2 or 3?
That's like,
Wait a minute.
You're doing something.
That's a lot. What we do?
I can't remember.
No. Let me tell you, it was find a deal, put it on the contract, find a buyer, put it on the contract, close, get your check. That was how we simplified it.
Well, that's simplified.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah, okay.
Like you're adding extra individual steps. But seriously, that's kind of it in a nutshell, Craig. But go ahead and explain your way.
No, that's it.
That's it.
My feelings hurt now. That's it.
No. I was just trying to make sure we was on the right step, you know.
Hey, I put in that 3rd step.
I was just trying to get our steps in order, you know.
The contract saying you got 5 steps already. What are you doing?
I was trying to say. So, but to be serious, his friend, seriously, well, let me just make this statement first. Then we'll try to explain it. Renika, follow me up, I guess. And if you can just think about it like this, right? Is that people with money normally want to make more money, right? And so when you find a great real estate deal, and at first you have to understand what a great real estate deal, but we'll assume you know what they do. When you locate and identify a great real estate deal, and you have the wherewithal to tie it up with a purchase and sales agreement, which all real estate transactions start with, a basic contract said that I'm going to buy the house at this date, blah, 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 whatever, for this amount and other terms, but that's the basics of it. You have something of value, like for real value, that someone will basically say, hey, I will pay you a fee to move out of the way. You can call it a move out of the way fee. And you don't own the property, but they have to come through you because you've tied it up for that period of time that you and the seller agreed upon to close on the property where you were going to buy it. And they basically buy your contract is what they're doing. That's why it's so powerful and it can work and most anyone can do it. Not everybody, because everything ain't for everybody, but you get what I'm saying? There's no real barriers to it. Right? There's no barrier. Normally, for most people, when you think about real estate, you think about have to have great credit and a lot of money, right? And normally a combination of both, right? So that's not the case with real estate. With wholesaling real estate, it won't matter. If you find that great real estate deal, it won't matter. And if it's really good, and in particular markets, you will have people begging you not to show it to anyone else, right? Now, there's a process to understand what's a great real estate deal, the contract, and all that stuff, and how to talk to sellers. I give all that away right here. I don't know what his friend's name is. I give all that away right here on my YouTube channel. That's 13 years since August 8th, I think, of 2008. Been putting out this content. It's all yours to take advantage of, which many, as you'll see through some of the interviews I've done over the years, and the weeklies, Renika and I and Adrian have done almost 200 of these. You'll see that we put out everything you need to know, plus some on steroids if you really want it. And it can be life-changing money. That's like the thing. I'm talking like quickly. Not saying that happens for everybody quickly, but it could be quickly because everybody's situation is different. $10,000 changes a lot of people's situation drastically, right? Not saying that's going to be the only 10,000 you make, but they may make that every week. Like literally, that's possible in this business or whatever. So that 50 grand a month, 40 grand a month changes most American situation drastically.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Even if you're already making 6 figures, another 40 grand a month changes your situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can play a little bit more.
40 grand a month changes your situation. Even if it was 10,000 a month, that changes most people's situation drastically. 5,000 additional a month changes most people's situation drastically. $2,000 additional a month normally changes most people's situation drastically. But that's minimum in this business. If you have any success consistently, $2,000 ain't nothing, 5 ain't nothing, 10 really ain't nothing. I'm just being transparent with you,
Right.
or whatever. Whatever his friend name, if I didn't sell you right there, I don't know what else I can do. You got the floor, Renika.
Right. Keep it simple. You know, these real estate transactions are so simple. However, to get everything to the closing table, I wouldn't say it's not complicated, but at the end of the day, like Todd said, it's a lot that goes into generating these leads and going out there, evaluating these properties, getting everything together on the end buyer side of things, you know, so there's a lot of moving parts, but it's simple once you really just perfect the blueprint to a wholesale deal. It's the same no matter what you're selling. It's the same. It's the same, almost the same not the same documents, but it's very similar process to sell, you know, a multifamily. You know, it's a different due diligence, but there's still a due diligence period. There's still a contract. There's still an end buyer. There's still a closing attorney. So once you perfect just the understanding of the blueprint to a successful real estate deal, then you will be able to maneuver any real estate transaction because it's always almost the same, you know.
All right, Ty. Anything else? Add on?
Oh, remember the video I posted about finding the spaces, the 4 acres and up near large truck stops off of freeway exits, generally in decent sized cities or whatever. It'd be right outside the city, 5 or 10 miles or whatever. Your Flying J's, your TAs, Pilot, Petro, Loves. If you could find 4 acres or so, it may be vacant land or it may be a previous business there, but it needs to be sitting on, at least 4 acres. Don't even send it to me if it's not that, please. Like for real. So, but anyways, there's opportunity for us to make money on it. And you can go back and about 26 minutes into this particular episode, you can see the video. I tried to give a little visual of what to look for. So,
we didn't have a t-shirt to match today, but tomorrow is expensive was the theme for today. If waiting till tomorrow, if you wait till tomorrow, it might be too late. It might cost you.
Tomorrow can always just be just
the next day and the next day. Well, yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is it going to be one day or is it going to be 2 days? So you get to choose how that goes. Renikia, any parting words for our crew?
Not necessarily. I mean, I would just say, educate yourself. When you are educated, like that one lady that came on, once you begin to just educate yourself, the more education that you begin to just learn and research and things of that nature, it really takes the guesswork out of the deal. So the more that you just jump in and every day pull one of these videos up and just, hey, that's my goal every day. I'm gonna take one of Ty's videos, a video on the Flipman channel, and I'm going to look at a video every day. 30 days in, 60 days in, you done got through half of a good amount of those videos, because the more you understand this business, the easier every transaction is. There's no real estate transaction that can put in front of you that you won't know how to do, because you have perfected the blueprint to understanding how these transactions are made. So I would just say, just continue to educate yourself, because, things are changing and things of that nature. When we first started, all this deal you later, things like that wasn't around. So we just think about it. We never educated ourselves. We'll be still doing manual things, so it's a continual education for everybody. So perfect that education so you can perfect the process.
All right, there you go. And she said something right there, guys. Consistently educating yourself and educating yourself consistently. It's going to be key to your success here. September is here, guys. We are approaching Labor Day. We'll see you guys after the Labor Day holiday. So hopefully you guys enjoy that day off work if you have it. September is here. That leaves us 3 more months. Well, we got October, November, December. So 3 months after September. But that's still plenty of time to get something shaken for the year. But without further ado, we'll be here next Thursday. And like August, we're out.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205